Happy Thursday. It's the Moosejaw Hour. Welcome and thank you for joining. We're back from a 2-week hiatus, even though last week was very frantic with the Proline By the Fire 2022. It's in the books. It's done. It was fun. And we're going to talk about that and see where we're going from there. We're also going to look at the product of the week that kind of got released after Tuesday morning. And we'll look at that. And then also look at the top 3 look at me trucks, but not from the Instagram this time, just pictures that I took at Proline by the Fire that caught my attention. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a good time. And again, thank you for joining me. While we get the comments going up here, I want to just say thank you to everybody that came by and said hi. And again, just taking back how some people really love their Thursdays at 6 o'clock for the Moosejaw Hour. So it was a lot of fun. Met a lot of people. And again, good times was had. That's for sure. That was for sure. So we got Outcast RC in the house, in the hour, I should say. Good to see you there, and everybody else is saying there. We have the the Frog Father. There you go. And Phoenix is here. All right, there we go. I'm tired. I've been getting caught up from vacation. Same here, Phoenix. It was kind of weird getting back into the groove of things. Monday I was not quite up to par, I guess you would say. Not in the mood either. I was kind of pissy mood. Not for really any reason, just probably tired like you're saying you are. So yeah. Who else have we got here? So we'll see where we came in. I demand a recount. There was injustice. Mike J, what are you talking about? It's too early for elections. Unless I know what you're talking about. We'll talk, I'll talk about that because, why not? If that's what you're referring to, that is. If not, we'll talk about that too. Why not? Gosh, I should grab a beer or something, an adult beverage or something before I came in here. I might have to ask one of the kids, bring me something. I don't know if I have anything. Anyways, I know where there's beer. Josh took it all. Mike J is here. Yeah, I already said that. Hello, everyone. I'm putting away my soapbox now. No worries there. Chris, there you go from Salinas Valley Scalers. Yes, we got your 3 shirts. I have to make sure my wife can, the better half, drop them off at RC Country. I'll let you know. Probably tomorrow she can do it because now it's almost 6:30. I know she can't do it now. And see if she can, because she works long hours, and then they're off to Vegas Saturday morning, so we shall see. All right. If not, Chris, I will be at RC Country Hobbies. If you can wait patiently, that'd be great. I'll be there on the 29th, selling any RC items you want, and maybe buy myself one too. Who knows? Good to see you, Chris. Pablo, hello all from West Orange, New Jersey. All right. And Pablo, we happy that hockey season started? I don't know. Hello, Ben. Good to see you again here on the Moosejaw Hour. Brian G, how the haggis do? It did great. I crawled with it, and I made a running video. I'm going to edit here later tonight, and it ran great and got a lot of attention. But we'll talk about it. We'll get to it. We don't want to spoil it. Michael Newman. Hello from Maine. Michael, I don't know if you're new. I don't know if and I'm probably mispronouncing your last name, but welcome to the Moosejaw Hour. Toe Daddy, Moosejaw RC, did you bring home any shiny plastic? Shiny plastic? No, I don't think so. And what is that referring to? Help me out. Because, though I'm kind of educated, I'm not the quickest. It takes me a while. Hello, Robbie Chapman. Hello, Joe. Thank you again, sir, for painting the, excuse me, I want to show that wonderful remark. Body for a Crawl for a Hope build should raise a good amount of money for the foundation. You rock. Thank you, sir, and thank you for your patience. We'll talk about that too, and maybe somebody remind me. Crawl for Hope, because that's this weekend at Donner Summit, and it's a free event, and he's got some activities, but it's also for a cause. And I painted a body, and I don't know if I have it readily available, but you've seen it on the Instagram. Came out well. Probably we'll talk about that. There's probably some things I would have done different, but it turned out good. I was happy. Darwin's here. All right, grab me one too. Yes, Phoenix, we'll grab you one too. I'm gonna message my son. Can you find me something? He knows where they are. John Highfield. Hey, Moosejaw. It was great seeing you at Proline Fire. Hello from Manteca. Drove through there twice that weekend. Good to see you too, John. Phoenix, you don't need another one. I guess you're being cut off, Phoenix. He's old, Mike. I can't help him sleep. Brian Sherwood, can you say why Josh crushed the dreams of a small child? Because that's what Josh lives for. Let's face it. That's what he... let's give the guy a break. He felt bad, but at the same time, he's gonna win. He's always trying to win. It's always a competition with that guy. Don't know why. I'm sure the kid's fine. The kid's fine. Dana, he needs to try that old fart drink that escapes my memory right now. Yes, no kidding. Pepto-Bismol. You guys you're on point. Jesse Sleepy, hello Moosejaw. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Shiny plastic equals trophy. Oh, Father Toad. No. And here's the thing. This is the first time I haven't brought something home from Proline by the Fire. So we'll get to that. And not that it mattered, but it feels good. It feels good. Bullshit. Yes, I agree. Moosejaw got robbed. Thank you, Mike J. Yeah. It is what it is. You gotta tell yourself, it is what it is. It really is. And we'll go into that. Hello, Mr. Baker. And saying hello to good old Phoenix. Everybody likes Phoenix. Phoenix is a great guy. I like that guy. Not on the Proline of Fire. And there we go. All right. So, what should we talk about today? Well, it looks like we're going to talk about Proline by the Fire and the Concourse and maybe some rants about it, but also raves. All right. So, we'll say Proline by the Fire. There we go. We got our product of the week. We'll put that down. We're just making sure I mention everything. I am prepared. And then also we'll talk about Crawl for Hope. Promote that. Anybody that's nearby Lake Tahoe, get to Donner Ski Ranch off of Highway 80 and Soda Springs exit. Forget the name of the exit. Norden. And go have fun. And we're gonna see if we're gonna make it. I don't know. I'm close to the thing called a payday, and the payday happens once a month for us educators, and things are a little tight right now. Got one more week to go. We'll see what we can do. Might take my daughter, get her outside, go somewhere. And then also we got the Instagram of the week, but I can't remember it. I put a link in it in the description. Hopefully I could open it up and all that. So photographer and so forth. And we have no mail call yet, not yet. We did make some orders, and we'll talk about, but with that, we'll talk about maybe what's next for the Moosejaw here. Now that I don't want to say I'm caught up on RC bodies, but I'm definitely not pressured. The pressure is down a bit, which is nice. And maybe I'll get some sleep tonight. Because I was up till good old 1 o'clock. I could have gone to bed earlier, but I wanted to finish that Phoenix that I posted today on Instagram. I actually like it a lot for a clean body job, and I have it over there. We'll see in a moment. But my latest post, I was like, I kind of want this. But it just makes me think I got 2 more Phoenix bodies to paint. One for myself, one for VP guy over there. Not Josh, by the way, but another VP guy. And we'll talk about all that. So let's get into what we call the Moosejaw Hour. Please hit that like button, subscribe, all that stuff, all that jazz. Happy jazz hands. Happy jazz hands. Here we go. So let's talk about Proline by the Fire. So it's 2022. It wasn't postponed, anything like that. And it was a good time. Again, I wish I was a little bit more crawling. Josh and Matt mentioned in their live stream, like how much. Or the question was posed to them: how much crawling did you actually get? I probably, besides Phoenix here, out of our little group, I think Phoenix probably got the most, followed by Jeff, Rex Racer 19, and then I think me. But then again, I think Matt might be ahead of me as much because he did running and everything. And then Ben was just he was there in spirit, but his ankle was somewhere else, and I understand that. Plus, it is so much fun just to hang out and see people and meet people and see everything. So, but again, looking back at it, I kind of just wish I went. I usually, that's what I do. I disappear and I just go crawling and everything like that. But I didn't quite get to do that as much as I wanted. I did go on with Jeff, Rex Racer 19, and also Orange Taco. And we have to give him a big thanks. He made some logs for the flinging haggis. Yes, scale logs that actually maybe fit the idea of a build for probably the first time in a long time. So thank you to him. We went crawling up there. We went up to the South Trail up there, and it was a little more expanded. It was big, not too crowded on Friday. And honestly, Phoenix, you let me know. Was it really that? I mean, there was people there, but were the trails crowded like they were the year before? That's the interesting, I think. That's what I keep wondering about this year. Phoenix, during the good old raffle, Phoenix kind of took notice. Like, people were like, just kind of like, I don't know, tired? I don't know. They not so much enthused as the year before. And really, for what reason, nobody knows. Maybe they were just tired. Maybe it was the heat. Oh my gosh, it was a little hotter than usual and not much of a breeze, so it could have been that. That could be the reason. Heat always brings me down. I'm a fall guy. I love fall, and it's getting there. It's just not there yet. And it was. I would still highly recommend Proline by the Fire. It takes a lot to put on the event and so forth. To the crew that worked there, I was kind of surprised to see the main guys come and go a little bit, or were there one day but not the next, and then like one shows up, and I don't know their names, but obviously Horizon Hobby, Proline, Axial people. One that you usually see, he showed up mid-afternoon Saturday, like, I'm here, and that, I think that was maybe another thing that caused it. Just kind of like, we're supposed to be enthused. Where's the enthusiasm from the company that, let's be honest, each person paid $85 to? You'd think there would be a little more enthusiasm, all right? But then again, how much am I asking? Am I asking for too much? I don't think so, but then again, they put on the trails, they put on the events, they got the patches, they got all the swag and everything like that. So let's just blame the heat. I think maybe it affected everybody. Eric Becker says he spent more time chatting with people than he did crawling. And it seemed like a lot less people there this year versus last year. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe they were spread out. I don't know. The camping was off the hook. Everybody was filled up in the camping. So maybe maybe people were just happy to be outside. I don't know. Are you the 8 Taco Man? I don't know what you're referring to, but Orange Taco is a very nice guy. He helped me out with that. And also, special thanks to, oh gosh, what is it called? Dad's RC Workbench on Instagram. He printed me the haggis, and he gave me the idea of fermenting still wool and vinegar to get that weathered wood look, and I think it turned out great. So thank you to those folks. We were pretty tired at the raffle too. At Axial Fest Badlands, Andrew kind of thought we were into it, but we were just tired. We weren't into it. Yeah, and that's the thing. Maybe, like I said, it was. I think the heat brings you down, even though it got better in the afternoon, the slight breeze, or when I went on that south face and I went behind it, the air did not move at all. And then you come around, and then the breeze hits you in the face. Like, oh, there it is. That felt good. But there were no clouds, and until maybe the late mid-afternoon, and then it kind of got nicer. And then, but by that time, I'm just sitting and relaxing. So, yeah, it was fun. I heard Josh is going to run an event, Vanquished by the Homeless. Yeah, you could do it right there on Roseville Road. It wouldn't be that much to set up either. We could crawl over the mattress. There's a good trail. Or the boats or whatever's left behind there on Roseville Road. And there's a good coffee shop down the road, you know, so we'll see. She's Brian. Heat. Can we borrow some? 65 degrees today and 40 something tonight. So are we talking Celsius or Fahrenheit? I mean, 65 sounds very good to me. I would take that any day right now. And so forth. So, but let's get back to Proline by the Fire. One, I still highly recommend it. It is a great event. I will go again next year. I don't know if Mrs. Moosejaw will go again. And I totally understand. I had fun with her. I was glad she came, and that I'm sure all Phoenix and Matt and everybody all enjoyed her company and everything. And especially, even before, but she made some carnitas Saturday night, and I ate tacos. I like her cooking, and she's good at it. And it was fun. And so we had the vendors. Ironically, our C4-wheel drive wasn't there, whatever that was, and it was kind of like disappointing, I guess you want to say, or just like, oh, no RPP hobby, no A-main hobbies, no one to really kind of help you out if you're needing something or wanting to buy that special something that you just don't want to pay online for shipping and so forth. I always liked seeing RPP hobby and A-main there because, you know, it kind of, for me, it's like gives me more incentive to buy something without the shipping and even the tax, I think, as well. I think, well, maybe there's tax, maybe there, I don't know about that, but definitely no shipping. And they usually have it. RPP Hobby's usually great at events. It's like the big truck, and it's like they brought their whole warehouse in a way. But they went there, didn't see RC 4-wheel drive. I'm trying to think who else. You never see Traxxas at these kind of events. I wish Traxxas would kind of get on board with that. I mean, plenty of people are buying their crawling products and such, so that would have been nice. And it was, the events were good. I did the Circle of Death, or the Wall of Death. I was horrible at it. And I did one other thing. What else did I do? I got 2 patches. I wanted to do more, but every time I was ready to go, the crew was taking a break. So I missed out on a lot of things. And so forth. So, but again, I might sound a little melancholy about it, not so enthused, but maybe I'm still tired because I am. But I would still go to that event. I just hope, this is what I'm hoping that we see from the very hardworking and those that organize the event and so forth. 1, it's a great location. Keep it there. 2, maybe have your crew working shifts so those events, the Wall of Death and the lawn darts and the jousting and all that, it keeps going. Just saying. And if not, send some food to those people. Keep them going. Things like that nature. And other than that, I still have yet to go to a bonfire, and I don't even know if I see any pictures of the bonfire. I would hope they had a bonfire. I'm pretty sure they did. And the live night, the nights of whatever, of the orders that we were all part of, that was kind of cool. The big guy, there was this huge guy in all the shiny armor and everything on the dragon squad or whatever, and he was killing this guy. Literally looked like he was killing him. But then all of a sudden, it was the Kraken order night. Got the big dragon into Jimmy. I don't know how far that sword went up or whatever, but that guy's like, I'm done. I'm taking a knee down. I'm going to take 2 knees down. I'm going to catch my breath. I don't feel really good right now. Plus, he was probably, gosh, I remember they were pouring water bottles down their back while they're wearing all that shiny armor and also the clothing and cloth material underneath and trying to keep them cool off. It was awesome to see, but I kind of felt sad for that guy and so forth. And that was on the raffle night. It was pretty cool. And the Kraken order did win, so I'll take that any day. I think we mostly won because Phoenix and I had some very loud person who might have been under the influence of something, and he was very loud, and it got me yelling too. So we had that. So back to the comments here. Let's see here. F in Missouri. Okay. Oh, Fahrenheit in Missouri. 65. Bet you probably have that humidity. I don't know. I'm just starting to watch Ozarks. It's great show. I'm pretty sure Missouri's not like that though. Eric Baker. Yes, it was nice to meet Mr. John. I hope so. Yes. In the end, she had fun, and she was a good sport. And if she says otherwise, she'll probably pop in here and say so. And yes, that guy was hurting. That guy was hurting bad. I mean, oof, that. So okay, so let's talk about Friday. Friday, I got there Thursday morning. I got there Thursday morning. I left at 4:20, between 4:20 and 4:30 in the morning. And even though I was driving, I drive pretty tame for California. I just put cruise control 65, and then it got up to 70, so maybe 70, 72, going back and forth. First part of Highway 99 South, it always sucks. The morning traffic, the trucks, and getting to Fresno is like, come on, fix those potholes everywhere. And the narrow lanes, oh my goodness. I think it was maybe Madera. I don't know if it was Manteca, but Madera, they put up the concrete barriers, and it's almost like the Star Wars going down the Death Star channel. And here I am in a Gladiator that drives like a tugboat, and just try to almost not white knuckling, but trying to just make sure I just kept it in between the concrete. And you just kind of look with your peripheral vision. You see the tire marks that rode up on it, and I'm like, oh my God, what are they doing to us? And so that was fun. But other than that, it was actually better than normal. I didn't see a pitchfork in the middle of the road on, what's that, 58, I think it is, from Bakersfield towards the Midland area there, California City and such. Didn't see anything like that. But then again, and then Mrs. Moosejaw, she's going, there's effing nothing here. It's like for miles. I was like, yeah, there's nothing, And it was you could tell it was kind of hot outside, even though we were comfortable in the car. But it was good. It was a good road. And then we got the good old Highway 395, and we understand Highway 395 from that point, the little roller coaster ride, which is actually fun. And we get into Victorville, and we stopped twice, and I piped in with a mod chat, and everybody thought I was flying like I was a Formula One racer gearing down there. But lo and behold, Josh beat me to the house. He left at 5, and I left at 4:30, just before 4:30, and he beat me by maybe 5 minutes. I think he just threw Nicole in the house, and he went to the event. And I was expecting him to pass me anyway, and there he was. He was already gone. I'm like, are you kidding me? So we settle in for Thursday, and we just kind of relax, and I think what did we have for dinner today? Was that Chinese food? Hey, Mrs. Moosejaw. Hey, y'all. It's good to see you, girl. There you are. And we kind of settled in. We had Chinese food, had some laughs, and I think both. Oh, so that was Thursday? That was Thursday, yes. So Thursday, I didn't go to bed right. Mrs. Moosejaw, she retired for the evening. I continued to work on the haggis. There it is. And I just wanted to get it done because it still wasn't quite done. I had a few extra ideas, and I brought a box full of stuff to put together. And I finished it, and I was finished around 10 o'clock, and that's when I went to bed, and I slept like a baby for the first time in probably a week and a half, trying to get that thing going. Way up there, come on, point, there you go. And I was happy with it. It turned out great. I am very proud of it, and would I build it again? I don't know. But I did finish it, and I was like carefully putting it somewhere so we don't, nobody, no, don't touch it, don't touch it, don't knock it over or anything. Very careful. And lo and behold, and that was Thursday. That was about it. So before we get on to Friday, let's see some comments here, because we are 6:27, and I'm just talking like a old lady at a hair salon. I think that the guy that defeated the dragon guy was actually a lady. No, the lady got out of the. She was the first one. She represented the lions or the bear. I can remember. The Kraken defeated her. And she actually was the first one out. I think they were a couple though. I'll give you that. And again, Mrs. Moosejaw, it's so nice to see you here. Thank you. And Phoenix said, hi. I had to leave early on Saturday to get back home. My friend had to go to a wedding the next day. That's right, I remember that. So we missed the rest of the Saturday's event in Proline by the fire. Alar, hello from Estonia. Good to see you, Joe. Be good back. Yeah, it's good to be back. And like I said, thanks for everybody that was really saying, we like the show. Well, as fast as Josh drives his RCs, it doesn't surprise me. He has a lead foot driving that Gladiator. And you wonder why he keeps the stock with the stock tires, so he probably could drive it like that. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think you're right on that. That's Atwater in Merced, where all the narrow lanes are. Thank you, John. Yeah, that was not fun. She was the clan bear. Thank you, Phoenix. Yeah, I thought so. I thought she was the bear. Matt and Josh said Mrs. Moosejaw's carnitas tacos were delicious. Yes, it's on YouTube. And it's forever there, Mrs. Moosejaw, so it must be true. Don't take my word for it. I only ate 8 of them. So forth. So, yes. So, let's talk about Friday real quick. So Friday was the first day event, and there was no concourse. Yes. I was very happy about that. So I just we tried to go out there. I tried too much to make Mrs. Moosejaw's truck perfect at the last minute. I should have stayed up and changed her tires. She was patient with me as much as she could be, because I didn't deserve it. But in any case, and we went out crawling the face, but the heat at Proline was hot. We went with Jeff of Rex Racer. He was having trouble with the rocks there, and he was grumbly. He was a little up. He was mad at those rocks. I never seen somebody so mad, taking it personal against the rocks. And I felt like an idiot because maybe I was gunning it too much sometimes to get up there. But Jeff is a comp driver, and he 3D prints, and he builds cars, and he goes to comps, and even NSTE in the East Coast, and he has that slow melodic scale driving, if you think actually, and it just wasn't working for him. And I think it's because he was driving an Origin. I don't know if it was an actual. He had an Origin body, but the way it was looking, underneath I thought it was a Origin chassis and everything. And he wasn't having fun. And then the heat got to Mrs. Moosejaw, and I don't blame her because it was bad. I'll tell you later how my rest of that trail was. And Phoenix was already turning around too, so they went back to camp to get some water, much needed water. So I continue on with Orange Taco and Jeff. And I got to the backside of that trail, and that's when my batteries and my radio decided to go, we're done. And I thought, oh man. So I looked for AA batteries, and I didn't have any in my backpack. And I know I have 40 back at my case, back at the Vanquish booth. And I'm like, crap. And then excuse me. So I didn't want to just walk off, and I mean, even though Orange Taco and Rex Racer would crawl along, I decided I'll just I put my truck on my backpack, and I just hiked with them, and that was pretty brutal. And we saw the runners come by us and everything, but walking the other half of the trail, there was still another half, and it still went further back, right in the heat, no sun. I mean, definitely sun. Sorry, no wind going, nothing, and just heat, just warm air sitting all over your body. And I was getting sweaty, getting a little doozy. Not much. I drank salt. I brought water. Drank a lot of water. Met some people on the trail. Hey, we like your show. Nice to meet you. And finally got down, and that was about it for my crawling. I was hoping to crawl with Matt or even go out again, but it's just, I was kind of done. I was making sure Mr. Moosejaw was okay, and I think I just wanted to sit and enjoy the fun part. The other fun part is just sitting around. They didn't have events going. They didn't have the, like I said, the lawn darts and the big jump or the jousting and all that going that day. In fact, all they had was the 5K race, and I don't think they had anything else. I don't know if they had something else, but you were free to crawl wherever you wanted, so, and get the vendors. So it was a good Friday. And then before we get back to the homestead Friday, and we did our Camtex 24-ish hours of Satan. Let's get to the comments. Let's see if we have anything else. Definitely looks like a very, looks like a, there we go. Definitely looks like a very event at Proline Fire. Might have to go one year. It's a great event, Ryan. It's a great time. I just hope there's something to do. I hope they go back to last year's formula. Last year's formula was perfect. Don't need to do anything different. Don't need to make it more special. And you definitely don't go less. It was perfect, for everybody last year. I think I highly recommend it. Magic School Bus is here. Thank you, sir. And hola, MST. MST. Everybody say hello to MST. Here we go. All right, so Friday night we had, gosh, I can't remember what we ate. It's all about the food. I don't know. Oh, we had chicken wings. That's right. And Ben ordered 8 pounds of wings. Is it enough? We probably could have gotten more, but I think it was enough. It was still enough. And again, we just relaxed, hang outside on the porch. We didn't watch flying cars. And again, Mrs. Moosejaw, being a trooper, she tried to stay awake, and then finally she's like, I'm going to bed. She went to bed. And we did our first night of the Camtex. The Camtex did great. I got mine hiding behind my Moosejaw sign there. I sucked at it. I was last in every single race that night. And we had it set up like an actual, long straightaways, a chicane, and loop this way. I just couldn't do it. And my car kept spinning and all that. Ben was kicking butt. He was he was in the groove. He was doing awesome. And oh yeah, Pizza Wednesday. Yeah, that's right. And but it was still fun, and we were laughing. We were just trying to hit each other. While I will say, when it got to the last thing, the battle of attrition, I was the last one not moving, only because it's so hard to hit Matt. Matt won that one on the demolition derby, I guess you would call it. But it was so hard to hit him. I was like, and my wires in the Camtex, they were catching underneath the steering. I could go forward and mess up, but backwards I could go like no one's business. I smacked that house, at least the concrete foundation, about 15 times. I don't know. And it's just one little crack in the body. They are very tough. Nothing else broke. Trying to figure out the expo on the radio, trying to do this and that. I just couldn't get it, and that was the frustrating. But they can handle a lot of abuse. It was pretty cool, and the tires did get better. That was another thing. And the scratches on the body make it look better, which I always say, painting on the outside always and scratching it up actually adds some scale stuff. So scale points as far as I'm concerned. So that was Friday night. It was a good night. Slept good again. And then comes Saturday morning, and we wake up early, had our coffee. I get in my kilt. I really sold it. I don't know. What else do I need? Do I need a Vikings helmet? I don't know. Got ready that Saturday morning. Before we get into that, I'll say this. By there was something up there. By 11 a.m. until 4 or 5, it was just too hot in the sun to crawl a Proline by fire. Yeah, it was. And that's the thing. I always heard the rumor that this time of year is perfect. And maybe it was, but because Schultz is like, this is great. What are you talking about? It's not that hot. And it wasn't. It got to 88 that day, but still, when air doesn't move and you're out in the sun, no trees, it gets a little tough. It's a little tough. John, hi Phil. I wish they had Scale City this year. The event was still a blast, but it was lacking just a little. And you know what, John, I think you nailed it on the head. It was just lacking a little bit of panache, like it usually has, But we'll get there. We'll get there. I hope they do, And I think it's kind of tough on the people at Horizon Hobby to go to Indiana, even though, go to the Indiana Axial Fest, then you go to California Axial Fest, and now you're going to Proline by Fire. That's a lot of events to go to and everything, so maybe they need to hire some people. Give me an education. Scale City was kind of mad this year compared to last year. Yeah, it's true. And RC, it's tradition now. We have a tradition. Hello, RC Tito. Hey, RC Tito, good to see you. Welcome to the Moosejaw Hour. We're talking. So now we're getting to Saturday, and everybody at the house is like looking at the haggis and going, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh!" And for me, it's like I never think I don't know if I even build to win. I just build to build, but I'm kind of am proud of it. Could be a chance. And Mrs. Moosejaw was very nice about it. Matt said, "Yep, this is good. Do you have it on the form?" I go, "I have it on the form." And join us, SBG, please. It's a good forum to be. But I didn't want to expect anything and so forth. So we get there, and they have the concourse a little bit more away than where it usually is. Not a big deal. Usually at a concourse, I tried to strategically put it in position, maybe in the front, maybe in the back corner where it could be seen. I actually picked kind of in the middle, but it was spread out. Yeah, I think it was good. And then looking at the people, looking at all the trucks, but a lot of people went up to the haggis, and Miss Moosejaw's like, a lot of people looking at it, they're taking pictures of it and everything. I'm like, okay, let's not jinx it. And for me, I'm thinking maybe that's not a good sign. Too many people paying attention to it, but will the right people pay attention to it? And this is just me analyzing human behavior. You gotta understand, in my profession, I am a social scientist, people watcher, trying to get people's attention at my job, and so I kind of apply that to a concourse, if you will, and maybe even YouTube, see who's paying attention, see how I could get their attention. Just part of my profession, trying to do that. No, I'm not a narcissist, maybe. It's always denial. And but it was going good. And then judging started. So the judges were Matt, Josh, I forget his name, from Lee, I believe it is, from RC Car Action Magazine. And then RC Girl, Haley, and then also Heisenberg, who is a 1-to-1. He races something. What did I find he races? He races the full-size stuff. Doesn't know anything about RC stuff and so forth. So, it is what it is. And you're watching them, starting to judge and such. And unbeknownst to me, I at that point I didn't know who was in charge of the medieval. I didn't. I didn't know. And but I know not every judge is looking. In fact, they just kind of look over it like it didn't exist. And that happened to other cars too. You know, some others didn't get there. And but you wait, and Matt goes, Joe, get your car, put it over there. I'm like, oh, okay, I will. So I picked it up, I put it over there, and the way they had it for the cars in front is not what they usually do. In 2019, when it was Matt and it was James Knight, and then also Anthony Rivas, 3 judges, and all 3 expert builders in their own way. And this is before I knew Matt. And they took cars. I was like, class 1, bang, 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 and separate from the others. Class 2, bang, 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 separate from the others, and so forth. And this time it's just like put them up front, kind of thing. And I'm like, okay. And so there's one thing. Second, the medieval ones were just so put together. It's like you had to literally walk around to see everything. So, and there was a lot to choose from. Folks, please understand, I'm still not expecting to win. I'm just seeing how the whole thing's unfolding, and it gets to where, and I already knew that Matt, being an outstanding guy, and Josh, being kind of an outstanding guy, were going to recuse themselves from judging certain trucks because they know the people who build it. I was one of them. Eric, RC Patina guy, was one of them. They know Eric. So they recused themselves. And that left it, Lee, who works with RC Patina guy with RC Car Action magazine, he's got a lot of things on that magazine, he recuses himself. So it leaves up to 2 judges. And it's RC Girl and Heisenberg. What happened from that point on, I don't know. All I know, the body language was those 2 didn't even look at, I'll say it, they didn't even look at the flinging haggis. They didn't even look at it. And I don't know about RC Patina guys, because he had some great stuff too. There was even another Power Wagon that somebody did that I thought was probably going to be the winner, to tell you the truth. It was a black with gold leaf. It looked medieval, looked perfect. I thought that one was going to win. That apparently didn't get even looked at. And the only other thing, so spoiler alert, there's no trophy award for either RC Patina guys or my guys, my build, and or even that one that I saw. What was picked was, honestly, I'll show it here in a moment, was an SEX 24 with a $15 wood kit that you put together. It's already pre-cut. You might have to stain it, you might have to glue it, and it's just put on there. Now this is nothing against the guy who did it. That's what he did. Actually, and it got my attention too. I look at that. That's Da Vinci. That's the Da Vinci rolling tank. That's kind of cool. The armored tank that Da Vinci did during the Renaissance era. That's the history part. But that's the one that got picked, and it kind of bugs me a little bit. It's not so much that I didn't win, but just the process of not really. I think sometimes it's hard to be a judge, and I'm glad I don't judge. But I think I've been in Concourse where, and I said this to the people before, I went 1 hour of my way to go to a hobby store in San Jose, and they were going to have a show and shine. So I brought what I thought, and I only had one judge, and the judge goes, I only like Chevys. Well, I didn't have a Chevy. And lo and behold, that judge picked Chevys. That's the nature of it. That's going to happen. You're going to have maybe that bias, maybe you're going to have that absent-mindedness, and so forth. And I'm not even bagging on RC Girl. or even Heisenberg, you know, it's like, I just wish, one, that maybe Proline, the event people had first, second, and third. It only had first place for all the classes. That's it. I've been there, 400 cars out there, $85 each of people paying money. You think you could just spring for second and third place a little bit. So that was a little setback on the event as well, just taking it down a notch from where it usually is. And then and again, it's just like, I wish they would look at it. That's all. Take 5 seconds to look at Eric's work. 5 seconds to look at mine. 5 seconds to look at that other Power Wagon. And give these people who spend a lot of money on this hobby, a lot of time on this hobby, and a lot of creativity and execution on making things look great. I think everybody there, this is the heart of it. This is what kind of pisses me off. That everybody should get a fair look, you know. And even if I saw that little bit of body language that said, and then moved on, I'd be happy. That's all. I think that's what everybody at least deserves. And unfortunately didn't get. Yes, it is a fun event. What do you get? You maybe get a little, you know, trophy or whatever, and a pat on the back and accolades from people. You don't get money. You don't get fame and fortune, all that stuff. You know, you just get that little recognition for your effort, and that's what kind of escaped. That's what was missed. And there's my rant. I'm gonna stop from there because I'm getting PTSD already. So anyways, brutal. I'm constantly judging everyone all the time. Are you judging me right now, Mrs. Moosejaw? You don't be judging me. There were some pretty far out builds from what I could pick out the video that has been posted. Yeah, I saw a lot of class 1 builds, the real scale stuff that I like, and I'll show you some that caught my attention. I wish I took more pictures. I hate taking pictures on a concourse because, you know, judges are there, the crew's there, they're walking around, I just try to stay away. I wish I took more pictures. I took some pictures. A little bittersweet, yeah. You're bitter just a little bit. Just, you know, you go to events and you maybe get used to it, and they just took it down. They just kind of took it down a notch, unfortunately, you know. So it is what it is. I'm still a proud member of Scale Builders Guild. I think I did a great job on that thing. It was actually really fun to trail. I am gonna make a running video of it. I mean, I have it. I just got to edit it. And I found that Da Vinci rolling tank wood kit, and I found a Da Vinci wood catapult. Mine is plastic. Everything else I built body-wise by hand, but I ran out of time, and I did really want a catapult, so I found one at my local hobby store for $20, and I painted it, weathered it, and all that, and mounted it, and it's on there. But I found a wood one, and originally I would like to build my own from scratch, but at this point I just want to finish the build and have it up there and trail with it. Who knows, we might still trail with it. Ampro Engineering had some fantastic builds as well. Yes, the Starsky and Hutch car was awesome. So let's get at so we're done with that. It was still a great event. We had Camtech later that night. And we had wonderful carnitas from Mrs. Moosejaw. It was awesome, and it was good to see everybody trail around. Great trails. Love to train. I wish we went there at night because there was a full moon, and with a full moon and the lights from the campers, that mountain lights up. It is awesome, and I missed that, but we'll go next year, and we'll not put so much stock into a concourse. We're going to put more stock into hanging out with friends, having fun, and crawling more. That's going to be my goal. And I'm going to get every freaking patch there is, because I didn't get every freaking patch there was before. I was Huggy Bear in the back seat. Huggy Bear? I don't know where you're not. Oh, talking about Huggy Bear from Starsky Hutch. No, I don't know. Maybe. As much fun as the event was, I had more fun at a Casa Day Proline by the Fire. Yes, it's Ben. Thank you if Ben's still here. Ben is, if you ever need someone to help you with Airbnb, contact Ben because he's pretty good at it. You missed one patch. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I missed 4 of them. So anyways, let's get into what I like to call, let's add it to the stream. There we go. Oh, look at me. We're going to look at the top 3 tiny trucks. Look at me, tiny trucks from Proline by the Fire edition. And we're just going to comment on some of this stuff first. So here we go. First off, these weren't part of Concourse. These were just things I think I found on the bench at everybody's things. And the more I'm thinking about building a comp crawler, we're going to have to go that hard body route. I was already picking the brain of Matt and also Jeff. Our Toyota SR5 body is the way to go. And they say, yeah, this is the way to go. And so this is what I kind of like. I like how it scales. Got a driver. It's got that roll bar. It's got stuff in the back. I don't think this is class 1. I think it's still deemed as class 2. But you could probably slip class 1 tires on there. Welded front bumper. Pretty well used age body, but still together. Hey, you got that going for you. And this is what I got, a flat rail chassis. An old G-Speed that I might do something with. I don't know if I'm going to do that class 2. Class 1, if I do class 1, I want to get the, Brazen Scales Leaf Spring Rusty one. Just like Matt has underneath his Toyota body now. It's not even a RC4 drive. I don't know whose these are. I saw this and I go, all right, I like that. I think I could do that. So, yeah, we'll have to go. I think this is one of my top 3 caught my attention. So we're gonna move on to the next. Those are Jake Concept tires on there. So yeah, they're not tall, but they're not short either. So that's good. And those wheels, it's almost like, is that the, what's it? Is it G-Mate? Not G-Mate. What do they call it? Gearhead from RPP Hobby. I don't know. Looks really good. But that's what we're going to do. I don't know if I'm going to comp yet. I was talking to Matt, after all that hoopla, he goes, well, just keep building. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just start pushing my motivation, not for Proline, not for Axial, but for scale nationals and the big scale event on the East Coast. So he goes, that sounds like a good idea. So this is why I'm kind of looking at this stuff. This farm truck, this was owned and built by some female species. I don't know her name, and I forget what bench she was. But I just like the aging. I like that color for patina. I like farm trucks. And she made note that, hey, it's fall season, so we have pumpkins. She changes it out as the seasons. And I just thought the patina job looked great. I like it a lot. That's a Proline Ford F100. I don't think it's a 150, the 1966. Made a bed herself. We got our fake wish wheels there in the front. We got some high racks, so it's a little performance. The front bumper, well, maybe weld a front bumper. That's what I would do. Inner fender wells, but I just like I like the logo on the side. I think that looks awesome. I like that a lot. So I didn't get the name, but I like that one. I thought it was cool. It's cool. All right. Looking at the third one, I saw and there's actually a lot of bodies in their style, but this style caught my attention because you just see the specks of black and also the tear of black. I thought that was good, but it's also flat. I don't know if they painted on the outside or if it's just flat clear, but I thought it looked awesome. And I think this is an MST body. Yeah, because there's the MST side view mirrors and cut off the front fenders. Just the way, I think Phoenix, you might remember, you were next to me, I think, at this time looking at this. I think you were. Just the this picture doesn't really do it justice. The texture of the flatness really brought it out. Yeah, you got some painted windows. Maybe that was it too. I don't know. But just the texture that they were able to put on there, and also the chipped away to the black, it just looked awesome. They did that with this one. This one's kind of a, you see a little bit of it is a kind of a gray with the same effect. I thought they were really cool. It must have been the G-Speed booth there. So, and they have a G-Speed 6. Ooh, they have a G-Speed 6x6 chassis. Do they? That might get my attention. Anyways, I really like that one. You got an IRC front bumper. I don't know even what those shocks are. They're cool. They're definitely made for like comping in a way. They look like comp. What tires we got on there? We got J Concepts. That looks like Concepts again. So J Concepts getting some love from a lot of people lately. And yeah, good looking. If you saw in person, you can really appreciate that paint job. They look good. This is the best of show, and I saw this and I go, this is gonna be the best of show. I called it. And for you Star Wars fans, isn't that kind of like Boba Fett in a way? I don't know, maybe. I just saw this. From what I understand, I think it's a Traxxas 6x6 turned into a 8x8, and the rear wheels turn, the rear axle, or do the both rear axles turn? I saw it turn, but I can't imagine. So in any case, and here's the thing, I don't think it's even done yet. There's still a lot of scale potential here. Definitely is the interior, even though it's dark in there so you don't see it. But on the back here, there's a servo, and it actually pushes out. And what comes out is, I don't know if it works, but it was like a quad, a scale quad that actually came out where you would store your fun toy and so forth. I didn't get to see how much detail is inside the living space and everything, but you just saw it and you go, that's it. That's the best of show. I'm going home now. And yeah, the gentleman won that, and deservingly so. It's probably the biggest. It was, I mean, the bodies and everything, that's all handmade. The bumper, all that, that's unique. I don't know about the rack here, but I like the spare tire thing, the windows, solar panels, and like I said, this was on a servo and went out. The tail end went out so that you can show off your scaled little quad that he had, right? I read that was a normal 4x4 originally, not really. So it was originally a 4x4 turned into an 8x8. That's amazing. And again, that's even more the effort and everything, deservingly so. Heck yeah. Look at that. Of course it is. All right. So that's the best of build. I didn't get his name. You can see Proline website on that. They'll Instagram and everything on Facebook. They will show that definitely. Here's the winner for the medieval theme. All right, SCX6 with this Da Vinci kit and this little G.I. Joe guy in here. I guess he's medieval. I don't know. I mean, this honestly did catch my attention because I'm a history guy. I mean, that's what I do for a living. But at the same time, I'm like, really? You know, and that's about that. You had some other ones. There was another SX24. They had a horse and a knight riding it like he's jousting. I actually like that one. I thought that was really cool. There was a float with a shooting, I think it was a crossbow, and it had a scene on it, and that looked good. The Trojan horse, I like the Trojan horse. I think there was 2 Trojan horses. So, you know, it was pretty cool. Looks like a Cross RC. If you're talking about that other one, that thing's way too big for a Cross RC. But I know that there was another one where they had a gladiator helmet, or a knight's helmet, with a cut-up shield. But that was put on that one was a cut-up TRX6, I think, made into a 8x8. Mike J, yes, you are correct. You get an A on the test. Da Vinci was a Renaissance man. When humans started to think and design everything. But that's just semantics for a history teacher. So we have that. I am going to show off my haggis. This is a good picture I took of it. Like I said, I'm very proud of it. It turned out great. I just wish they'd look. I did different patterns on the side panels. These are flat and front to back. On here is a flat up and down, but facing. On the other side, I did lattice. And then even put spikes. Mrs. Moosejaw said it needs more spikes, so I put more spikes in it. And I changed that. I did some fancy, the deck work was pretty cool and fancy. It came together pretty well. All I started off was a frame around it and make sure I can mount it. There's little mounts right there. And then I just built up. And voila, here you go. And I looked at images from the medieval times and all that, and just went with that. We have a stove oven. Mrs. Moosejaw knows the flaw in this because haggis is boiled, not cooked in an oven, but you know, semantics. And the last minute things that I did, Mrs. Moosejaw, again, thank you, Mrs. Moosejaw, because she printed this stuff out on a parchment style paper. I made a restaurant sign, and she printed it out. We have a menu here as well. She also she went to Hobby Lobby and found some last minute scale items that you would find in a medieval kitchen, if you will, and so forth. And again, thank you to Dad's RC Workbench on Instagram for printing me resin printing of haggis. And also giving me the idea of mixing still wool with vinegar, and it fermented for 2 days, and then you just put it on there, and it really aged it perfectly. I mean, it looks old and medieval. It looks medieval. And so forth. And you know, semantics too. My catapult here is a Da Vinci design, but it's Da Vinci based it on a medieval weapon, the catapult. So can't find everything. We added some chains. We added some more. I was just toothpicks. These are just flat toothpicks. I just kept adding. We got little pebbles from an aquarium, from the pet store. The little rocks that you get. Shoes in styrene stove. Got this mask. This is an old T-shirt. I don't even know whose T-shirt it was, but I just cut it in a way, and then I painted the medieval Scottish lion on there. Can't see it with this, but it's on there. Trust me. And I googled medieval wheels, and obviously it didn't have rubber wheels, but it did make some hubcaps. The front tires look like they're going in. I wasn't sure why. I saw it a couple times, but I think it's the Proline. These are Proline dually carbine, the plastic ones, and I think they're beadlock in, but I think they slightly kind of lean one way. This thing's not that heavy to do that, but they just kind of lean. In the video, we'll see it when I make the video, but you know. And we found a reason to use VXT Vanquish tires. So you're wondering what to do with those tires. Build yourself a medieval wagon. And we did some things with that. So I'm still proud of it. It's great. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. I'm just probably leave it as is, and we'll trail it out that time. So let's talk about the product of the week. This was not covered in Scale News Update, but it probably could have been, because it was released at Proline by the Fire at the Vanquish booth, but nobody really noticed it. Some people did, some people didn't. All I know, I'm a fan, and I want some. And the product of the week, folks, is the new Vanquish Falcon scaled tires. Vanquish is now, obviously they have the scaled Curry, Rock Jocks, and so forth, but now scaled tires. It's the same compound as their new VXT2s, and I love that compound because it makes me a better driver. But these are super duper looking. They're not that tall. They're 4.65, which I actually like. I think that's perfect. Super soft red compound. All you need to know, they're soft. All right. And I was kind of curious, thinking like, our leader Harley Designs doesn't like Predator compounds from Proline because it's so hot during the summer, but I wonder if this will even make a difference. I think they're actually pretty consistent compound, meaning that they can handle different temperatures, but don't mark my word. It's just the way they feel and texture. They seem to be pretty good. Medium density open cell foams. I got some coming. They're not here yet. I'm kind of curious on the foams because I kept doing this, squeezing them. It's like, this feels different. It's open foam, but it feels a little, like it says, medium density. It's not too firm. It's not too soft. Maybe it's just right. We shall see. But that's your product of the week. I thought I should include that. I'm really happy that I got two sets. One are going on my Gladiator, my axial Gladiator, because I have Falcons on my Gladiator, my full size. So we're going to get super scale with that. And then I'm going to put a set of those on maybe a Phoenix, I think. Or maybe Phoenix. We just spoil the HPI Venture and put them on there. They might be a little too big. I like the class 1 on those. So I highly recommend it. Like I said, the VXT2s, honestly, I know we all know this guy named Josh, but honestly, those things make me a better driver. I'm not talented. I'm not that talented when it comes to driving. And I remember I put them on my Wraith, and all of a sudden, the Wraith is doing things better. I'm driving better. I'm hitting lines better. Is it cheating? No, I don't think so. I think it's just I'm more in tune with what that car can do now, and I can have trust in my tires to do it. It still flops like a turtle sometimes, because that's my fault. Hit the gas too much. But when I do focus on the line and all that, the tires, you know how you go on a rock, it's like, okay, I see this line, and the tires just go, and you're like, come on, grab it, grab the freaking rock. That's what those VXT2s do. They grab it, and then it's like, whew, all right, it's reacting the way I want it to. So again, I highly recommend. If you want to go scale, there you go. If you want to go performance, get the 4.75-ish VXT2s. Hope I'm saying that right. Your tire description sounds wrong. My tire description? I don't know. This is taken from the Vanquish website, so it should be right. Josh wrote it, I'm pretty sure. So we'll see. Other than that, that's end of that. So we'll get that. Other than that, let's see if I can find what I want to do for the Instagram week. I'm 9 minutes over, so it's bonus time. It's overtime, as they say in hockey. And hockey season started, and the Oilers are 1-0. Give us the cup. Let's call it good. Let's see if it goes StreamYard. Gosh, I wish I could find it. Well, maybe we'll just. Oh gosh, something photography. So let me type in photography and see if it shows up. There's Von Perry, Tim Scale. There it is. All right. So let me go back to StreamYard and share this. This is not your typical McDavid for mayor. Yes, Outcast. Yeah, and let's do it for Ben. That's what I say. Not to Ben here, but everybody knows that. Not too soft, not too firm, and so on with your description. Yeah, well, that's just that's like my opinion, man. In any case, the Instagram week, because we let you guys get back to what is called life and enjoy your time after the Moosejaw Hour, but it's bonus time. Let me share a screen here. And you see me, but we're going to go here. And I'm going to hopefully check to make sure my comments are still going and that you can hear me. Oh, I hope you can hear me. Let me know in the chats, because this is the no man's land where Moosejaw makes mistakes. I think it's very good. Can you hear me? Let me know in the chats. In any case, this is Kathy Zimmerman Photography. This is not your typical RC country, your RC RC country, RC website. This is good old-fashioned old trucks. And this lady, she goes around the United States and sometimes somewhere out the United States. We can hear. Awesome. Thank you, sir. And I just like her style of photography. I love what she finds. And there's even scenic views. But if anything, just some great old trucks. So let's scroll through some of these. I mean, that's, that looks familiar. San Carlos. There we go. Give me one of those. Let's play some Mud Runner on that. Just some good photography of some old trucks, old cars here and there, patina and all that. Ooh, look at that. Yes, yes. So, yeah. I thought I'd share this with Kathy Zimmerman Photography. That looks like a Dodge, if I'm not mistaken. That looks like my 41 Dodge. Let's see if I'm right. Does she say? Doesn't say. To me, it looks like a 41 Dodge. It reminds me of mine. Got rocks? That's appropriate. And, oh, there you go. Open for business. The van is open for business. I like that. I like old gas pumps. So again, check out Kathy Zimmerman Photography. I just liked it a lot. There was some good old wheelies. There we go. Look at that beauty. Yes. I'll take that any day. Like that a lot. Oh, some good stuff. I mean, just some good photography, some good gold machines. Oh, a scamp! See, there's that Dodge truck. I think it's a Dodge. Let's see if it's a Dodge. That looks like a Dodge. Yeah, scenery though. Abandoned. Doesn't say. Nope. Keep talking, Joe. That's called dead time. Avoid dead time. Anyways, again, check her out. I like that one. That was pretty cool too. Some good old truck photos. For those that like vintage stuff, go check it out. There's a Vespa. Alright, we got a Vespa. Got an old sign. That looks like a Dodge. That grill looks like a Dodge. If I'm not mistaken. That could be though. That's an older Dodge though. That looks like a 39. Yeah, go check it out. Ooh, there's a nice one in the desert. That's beautiful. I like that. So that's your Instagram of the week. That is your product of the week. That's your rundown on Proline by the Fire. I hope that I didn't just ruin my chances to get some free stuff. Let's remove that one. Folks, I don't have nothing. I gave you my opinion. That's all it is in the end. It's just my opinion. So, hope you don't mind my rants and all that. But, I feel better. I let it go. I let it go. In any case, again, thank you everybody that joined us. We got Phoenix. Hope to see you again soon, sir. Mike J, Swoof13, Outcast RC. We got, I don't know who else is here. Anybody that wants to say goodbye that's maybe tinkering while you're listening to my wonderful voice. What am I going to be doing? We are going to be editing the video on the Fleeing Haggis running video. And I might even get commentary on what's inside it a little bit for us. I might shoot some extra stuff just to go through that. I still have some other quick running video to do. I'm thinking about the Phoenix, that body that I'm getting from Brandon at Phoenix. I was really inspired by Hemi Storm's Phoenix paint job and how he does it by hand. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try to do one without the stencil cutter. I don't know how intricate I'm going to get with it, but I'm going to try to practice Hemi Storm's techniques on it. A more simpler version of what he did. If you haven't checked out how he painted his Phoenix, seriously check it out. It's amazing on the little symmetrical details, and just change a little a little touch of teal here. I was like, teal? I didn't even know he used teal. And some other colors that he has hidden there. And the windshield trick. If you want to paint something that looks like a scale sun visor, the tint on the top, and also maybe it looks like a shadow of a rear view mirror, check that video out. It's awesome. And that's what I'm going to do with that Phoenix. I got another, we got Alex's other body, Subaru, and then I got a half cab for Brandon as well, and we got the Phoenix. I've got Gunner stuff still, and then I think that's it. Even though there's plenty of Gunner stuff still left over, but now we're not in a hurry. We got the Crawl for Hope. Oh yeah, Crawl for Hope. Please go to Crawl for Hope this Saturday at the Donner Summit. Check it on Donner Ski Ranch, I should say. Check it on Facebook, Instagram. A Crawl for Hope. That's the thing you have to look for. And yeah, maybe we'll see you up there. We're gonna see if we can make it up there. Might drag my daughter up there. And might see if we can find that seafood closet place in Truckee. There used to be a place there that was good. You could get a good grilled cheese lobster sandwich. That's what I'm chosen for. And my voice is tired. Again, folks, thank you for joining the Moosejaw Hour-ish, episode 32. I'm glad to see everybody here. I hope you're all doing well. And that the next time we'll be back next week, Thursday. And we will also possibly have a mail call. We shall see. Either way, folks, cheeseburgers in the air. Cheeseburgers and fries. Goodbye.